And Vice President JD Vance has sparked a major transatlantic debate by accusing Germany of suppressing free speech and unfairly targeting right-wing voices. His fiery criticism followed by a CBS report showing German police raiding a home over an offensive meme. Criminalizing speech is Orwellian, Vance tweeted, warning it could further strain the U.S.-European ties. However, the backlash was swift, with German leaders rejecting his claims. As Germany heads into crucial elections, tensions over free speech and national security remain very high. Our next report dives into the controversy.
U.S. Vice President JD Vance has stirred controversy in Europe. His comments on Germany's free speech laws have triggered fierce debate.
At this conference, of course, to discuss security.
The U.S. Vice President claims Germany suppresses speech and unfairly excludes right-wing voices. And his remarks come just days before Germany's elections, adding fuel to an already heated political climate. But the controversy erupted after CBS aired shocking footage. The clip showed 6 armed officers raiding a home in northwest Germany. They confiscated a suspect's laptop and phone over a single meme. Soon after which, over 50 similar raids took place across the country, sparking outrage. Vance condemned the crackdown in a fiery tweet. Insulting someone is not a crime, he wrote. Criminalizing speech will strain US-European relations. This is Orwellian. His words resonated with many in the United States, where free speech laws are far more lenient. American conservatives called the raids dystopian and authoritarian. Germany's speech laws are among the world's strictest. Section 130 of the German Penal Code criminalizes incitement to hatred and Holocaust denial. Offenders face up to 5 years in prison. Chapter 14 punishes defamation and insults, including those against the dead. Sections 86 and 86A ban Nazi symbols and propaganda. The 2017 Network Enforcement Act forces social media platforms to delete hate speech quickly or face massive fines. But suppression of freedom of speech is not the only thing that Germany is suffering from. There has been an increase in racist attacks, which are being attributed to the rise in online hate.
This hatred has always been there. Only people have not dared to say and express it so openly. And now they have a reason, something like that, where they justify themselves, perhaps to themselves and to others.
With the election scheduled on February 23rd, tensions in Europe's largest economy have heightened. The AfD, partially classified as right-wing, has gained ground, with 20.7% in second place. And even though the AfD is highly unlikely to take a share of power soon, the party has become a factor that other politicians just can't ignore. And even though the AfD is highly unlikely to take a share of power soon, the party has become a factor that other politicians can't ignore. It has even helped shape Germany's debate on migration.
Illegale Migration und Rechtlosigkeit beenden.
Ending illegal migration and lawlessness, deporting criminals and those who have entered the country illegally, restoring security in public spaces. Quite simply, enforcing law and order. I will repeat it once more. We want something to finally change in our country and for us to finally be able to live in safety again. We never want to grieve with a mother who has lost her son in such a senseless and brutal way ever again.
Now, this debate over free speech has spilled across the Atlantic. Many see Germany's laws as a censorship nightmare. Meanwhile, in Germany, officials argue they are protecting democracy from extremism.
This democracy was questioned earlier by the U.S. Vice President for the whole of Europe. He spoke of the annualization of democracy, and, if I understood him correctly, he compared conditions in parts of Europe with those in authoritarian regimes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is unacceptable.
However, social media erupted with opposing views. On X, users denounced the raids as Nazi-style policing, while some even called for the US to reconsider its alliance with Germany. As Germany heads to the polls, the debate rages on. Vance's remarks have deepened the divide between Europe and Washington. Whether his words will leave a lasting impact remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. Germany's fierce battle over free speech, democracy and sovereignty is far from over.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send this special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. City measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion, 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.